All right, so I am going to just do a quick demo on a game I've been working on, the stick figure game. This is based off of a concept that my brother and I made when we were kids. We played on graph paper and literally just drew little stick figures on a sheet of graph paper, and you roll a die to move around on the sheet of graph paper and add other units and so forth. And it's basically a capture the flag game. So this here is my attempt to modernize and digitize it and get into game development. So it's kind of my big first stab. And so I'm just going to kind of show what I have. We'll do a single player versus the computer, I guess. So you have the ability to quick launch with default settings or to view and set the game options beforehand. Excuse me. I would go into the quick launch with default because it looks a lot cooler than these options. These options look really generic and bad. But I do want to slow this down from the standard gameplay so that I can kind of show it. So you do have the ability to kind of set some different things. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cause a greater delay in between automated actions so that I can kind of explain what's going on. You can change the game size if you want to make a smaller or bigger game board. We can go into our player and we can set who it is. It's me, and we'll play against the computer. Here, we'll call this the evil computer player. Alright, and you can set colors, of course. You can also set this option that allows the computer to make choices for you when there is no choice to be made. Like when there's obviously only one option out of your choices, we can tell it to go ahead and do that one option for us instead of making us pick it. We can also go ahead and turn off our music if we want to be able to hear a little bit better, because we don't need the music blasting us. We can also set notifications. You'll see this in a moment, so I'll go ahead and start the game. And these are our notifications down here. But if we want to change how it appears on our screen, we have options to kind of move things around. This menu panel that we have here can actually be in 5 different places. We can use the rivets in the corners to send to each corner of the screen. So if we want this down in the bottom left, we can just click here and switch it up that way, or bottom right, and so forth. So by clicking on the menu title, we can put it back in center. And then we get our notifications. If we hover it over, it lights up. And if we click on it, it just clears it. So once we've read the notification, we can clear it. If we'd rather have that go off automatically on a certain time, we can go back up here into our settings and adjust this, check this to automatically clear after a certain amount of time. You can set it to whatever time you want. Or you can have it clear after it reaches a certain number of notifications on the screen automatically. You can also remove, if you don't want to see the computer player's notifications, what it's doing, you could remove that if you wanted to. Alright, so right now it's telling us that we can fire an army unit. So we're going to pick a target. This is us over here, Vale. And since there's only one option to shoot from, the computer already chose it. I don't know why it didn't choose the army. That's a bug I've got to work on. It's on my list. So I'll have to look into that. Probably the flag is throwing it off. But you can see anytime there's more than one unit in a space, we get the number of units here. And then if we hover over it, it pops up this little panel to show us what all units are in there. When it's only 2, it's not that hard to see. But if we had 8 units there, this would be very helpful to get us what's going on. So here we'll click on the target that we're shooting at. And unfortunately we missed. The range, the success of being able to hit with the army goes down the further away you are. If you're ever wanting to know, let's see, the evil computer player gets a reconnaissance action. Okay, we get a construction action. Unfortunately, let's see, when it pops up the construction menu here to roll for us, it's going to give us the option to dig for crane. So it forces actions on us. We don't really have the stuff we need. So since we can't do that, it gives us a command point. Option not available, so I receive a command point. So we stock up on points as we're not able to complete actions. And these basically get cashed in and allow us to manipulate these percentages to our preferences. It's a slow process because you have to get forced into doing it. And now we got a crane, we got a reinforcements, and we got a crane, so that's cool. Now we'll be able to do some construction. If you want to know about the firing odds, we can go over, we have our menus here. We have our main menu, action menu, our move menu, our shoot menu, reinforcements, and construction. So let's see, we're going to get to move. So it'll pop up the move menu. It's a little slow because we set it to 8 seconds. All right. And it tried to move something we didn't have, so we ended up just getting a command point. You can always look at the move menu here and see what options there are. The army with flag, artillery, crane, supply truck, no choice. All right, we got a reinforcement. So now to go to the reinforcement menu and we'll see which reinforcement we get. Oh, we got a choice. Okay, so we get to click. We only had a 10% chance of getting to choose, but that's what we got. So now we get to pick whatever we want. I think a helicopter might be kind of nice. So let's bring in one of those. A little bit more heavy duty for taking out our opponent. So if we want to see like what are the chances of hitting, it varies depending on every unit. So what we can do is go over here to our shoot menu, and there's a firing chart. So we can pop up the firing chart, and you can see all the different units, how they, chance of hitting. If you're shooting army to army or army against artillery, your chance of hitting, and then your chance of destroying if you hit it. So these are all various odds. I won't explain them all. I think they're fairly self-evident. What I was saying is that the army units, these get reduced by the distance. So the further away you are, the less chance of hitting. Same with artillery, but that's halved. So the artillery has less of a chance the further you are, but it's half as much of a penalty as it is for the army units. And then all of these units, the helicopters and the artillery, do have a chance also of causing collateral damage when you fire, and or in the case of the artillery and the missiles, destroying the ground underneath where the units are. All right, it's waiting on us to choose an action. So we actually got a choice on which action we'd like to do. So I mentioned you can do construction, so I'll show you that. We'll do some construction, and it gives us a random on our construction menu. And we got fill with crane. So basically we're getting to fill in the ground. We have the option of the space that we're on or the next space. Let's do, I don't know, the one in front of us, I guess. And it just makes it harder now to hit, to see. Line of sight issues. Okay, command points. I think I mentioned that. You just stack up command points and you're able to adjust your percentages. Show you that momentarily. Let's see. So the reconnaissance, what's going on there is you can see that the ground has a darker shade through much of this. So that's where we can't see, like a fog of war. So we don't know if there's anything down here. And the reconnaissance option is allowing us to see what's there. We have a higher percentage on reconnaissance if we have helicopters and so forth. It's a little weird because this is underground, but I don't know. That's the way I have it designed right now. All right, so let's see. We got a reinforcement, but we got choice. So we get to pick which reinforcement unit we get. Let's get something we don't have, like some artillery. And you can see our units are pretty stacked up, kind of ugly on top of each other. So I do have the panel which shows you what all you have in there. We've got a lot of stuff in there. All right. I was thinking about creating like an icon that just shows like when you have a lot of stuff, just a universal icon to show unified forces. And then when you hover over it, you'll see the breakdown. I think that's the direction I'm going to go there to declutter that. Let's see. Okay, so we get to choose an action again. Let's do some more construction. Man, all right, so it's going pretty slow. We can dig, so we can remove what we just built here, or we can go down. And we discovered a nearby crate here. That'll be helpful. That gives us bonus supplies if we unearth that. Let's see. So let's speed this up a little bit now that we've talked about it. It's going a little bit too slow. So we'll go back up here. We'll drop this down to like 3 seconds. All right. Alright, so we get to choose an action, so let's try some more construction. Dig with army. Okay, we don't. That was weird. I think something glitched there, because... Oh, it dug the only place it had the option to, which was that extra that we built there. That's what happened. Okay, cool. Vale gets construction action, so now let's get that crane. So we can dig with crane. Let's go to here. And, oh, we unearthed propaganda. Okay, and it did nothing, so that's something I gotta fix. There's 5 different things you can get in these crates. 4 out of the 5 are bonuses to help you, like either armor or stabilizer, things to help you improve your shooting or defense. But the propaganda actually allows you to convert a unit to your side, an enemy unit to your side. So that should have converted this army unit, or at least we should have had the option to convert this army unit or the helicopter to our side. Which would have been cool, and then we could just start marching this flag back over to our side. But I think I don't have that working quite right. So, alright. Well, anyway, I guess it's probably getting boring just talking. Let me see. Let me try to zip through a little of this. What are we doing? Waiting for me to move. I get to move something. So let's move... Let's move a army, and we'll go this way. Again, it really lacks the animation. Really need that built in. Reconnaissance. Let's see what's down here. Speed this up even more. Alright, so the computer player is going to upgrade. I mentioned this up here, so like if you get to 10, this is a bug, or not necessarily a bug, but just a feature I haven't fixed yet, which is being able to, for the AI to figure out its own decisions on this part. I don't know why I didn't get that worked in yet, but it's on my list. So this shows you how you would do it on your own. You'd get to pick whichever menu you want to upgrade your choice percentage on. So you can choose your main action, or you can choose one of the sub actions, like your shooting percentage. You can increase your choice to, it starts at 60. Like reinforcements might be a good one because you only have a 10% choice. So if you want to bump that up, whichever menu you want. But let's say he wants to bump up the main action one, so we just hit the plus and then pick the one that is going to be decreased, because everything has to equal 100. So let's take away from doing reconnaissance. And so now we see a -1 here and a +1 here bonus. And as we keep going, you can continue to update, manipulate that. All right. So we get to choose. Let's do some more construction. Shoot our missile and see if we can take out his helicopter. We missed. All right. Anyway, I guess that kind of shows the main functionality. Obviously, I've got a bug here. That's real glitchy. That's pretty funny. I've got a long list of bugs to work out still and features to add, but I just wanted to be able to show kind of an idea of what it looks like, how it's going to function. So any feedback or specific features or things that you want to see, I'd be happy to showcase in another video.